Hey guys, check out this sample of soapstone that we just made using Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy. In this video, we're going to show you all the tips and tricks of how to make your very own soapstone countertops over your existing countertops, or you can even do this in new construction. There's all kinds of samples and colors and looks you can get using Stone Coat Countertops. So be sure to check this video out and visit our site anytime at stonecoatcountertops.com. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Mike here with stonecoatcountertops.com. Today we're going to do an awesome piece of soapstone. We've been getting a lot of questions on how to replicate soapstone. We're going to show you right now all the tips and tricks. Here we go. Let's get started. We're going to use our 2X Rust-Oleum spray paint. I have Broadway, which is basically a black paint and primer in one. We get this in the gallon size because we're going to do a lot of projects, but this is called Broadway. It's just been tinted in satin paint and primer in one. And what we're going to do is we're going to fog on a little bit of dark gray spray paint. The reason we do this is to give some undertone to the color. We're going to give a real interesting base so that when we create our soapstone, it looks more realistic. Here we go. So I'll shake that can up. Whenever we use spray paint, if we can get it in gloss, we get it in gloss. If the color only comes in satin, be sure to really shake the can vigorously because the solids want to kind of coagulate at the bottom of the can, and so if you get it shooken really well, that'll help you out. So now we're going to fog our edges first, and I'm just going to put a little bit of color here on the edges just to give it some visual interest. And then I'm just going to fog some of this gray on top. And when I fog it, I don't want to show lines from the spray paint. I just want to get some fog on there. All right, now what I'm going to do is let this dry, and I'll come back and we'll pour our clear epoxy right on top. We'll see you in a moment. Okay, we're back. Our spray paint has dried, and what we're going to do now is we're going to pour our clear Stone Coat Countertop epoxy over this fogged underpainting here. And what we're going to do is we're going to save a little bit of our epoxy because we're going to drizzle in some white and some natural cracks and veins in this soapstone to make it look realistic. So I'll use most of my material, and I'm going to save a little bit for that drizzling. We're going to trowel this out and chop it, and then we'll be ready for the color effects. Let's go. So I use a 1/8 inch square notch trowel. I'm just going to spread this out evenly, and then I'm going to chop it. We like to use about 3 ounces per square foot per coat. This is just a little sample board that we like to make. These are 12 inches by 18 inches. They're a really handy size. Okay, now that I got this all mixed up and troweled out, I'm going to prime my brush a little bit, and I'm just going to chop this. I'm going to push everything over the edges, and then I'll brush my edges out. If you haven't seen our video on how to mix, just go watch how to mix Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy, and you'll see exactly how to mix the 1-to-1 ratio of our clear Part A and clear Part B. It's very simple, but we have a great video on that. Go check it out. All right, so now I'm just brushing my edges out here. Just getting those nice and smooth. I always brush my edges horizontal. I don't go up and down with it. I don't want to pull the epoxy off of our edges. You really want to make sure you don't leave voids on those edges and create little pockets of surface tension. Just break all that surface tension, brush it out, and now I'm ready to torch. Here we go. When I torch, I'm just going to sweep my torch right over the surface just like that. It's going to pop a majority of those bubbles, and then I'm going to come back after all my color effects are done and torch it 3 times to make sure all the air comes out of our mix there. All right, so I have a little bit of epoxy left over, and I'm going to do a fun little trick right now. Here we go. Let's grab some white spray paint. I'm just going to take some white Rust-Oleum gloss spray paint. We're going to shake that up real good. We're going to add some white spray paint, and we're going to add some white metallic powder to our clear leftover epoxy here to create some nice natural looking soapstone veining. This is a fun project, real easy color to do, and your customers really think it's amazing. And if you're doing this in your own house, it's a great starter project. It's a very simple color to do, but it looks complex. It looks really neat. Another thing that's fun to do with SoapStone is to use a matte finish or a honed finish on it. That looks even more realistic. So you could check out our video on how to do honing and things like that. If you have any questions on that, just shoot us a message. We'll send you links on how to do that. We'll also put a link in the description on how to sand this and hone it if that's the look you're going for. Okay, so I got the white mixed up. I'm gonna, or shooken. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of white spray paint in there. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of our white metallic powder. We're gonna add just a touch of that. There we go. I'm gonna mix this up. That's gonna give me a real nice look. And all I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to use the corner of my paint stick and just drag some of this color through. Now when you drag the color through, it doesn't look super realistic. That's where the torch comes in. We're going to use the torch to move and meld this color into the piece. And so remember, when you're doing this step, you can always add more color effects, but it's hard to take away what you've already put in. So be a little conservative on this step. Figure out how much you're going to want. If you're going to do this in your kitchen, make a sample board like this so you get the kinks worked out and you really know what you're going for and you got a roadmap to success. All right, I like that. That's a real good mix. Now I'm just going to simply start dragging this through my top here. Go ahead and do a couple more here. Let's do one down here. Maybe I'll just use some excess and just kind of drag it through, and this will be very light because I'm just using the excess off that stick. Dip a little bit more in there. I'm just gonna put some lines across this. Some of these lines will be real prominent, some will be very faint. I'm just gonna go through those heavy lines that I drizzled, and I'm just using that paint stick at that same angle that the rest of this is done at. All right, let's get our torch out and just move these around a little bit. And this is where the magic happens. Here we go. All right, so I got that heated up. I got those moved around. I'm just going to take my stick now and go through it a few more times just to really break some of this up, make it look realistic. Let's do that. Oh yeah, see when you heat it up and you start to torch it and you come back with the stick, that's a real neat way to do this too. Everything moves and melds so naturally because it's nice and liquid. And you can see this is just such a fast effect to do. Looks very natural. I'm going to step back and look at my piece and okay, is there anything that I don't like? Is there anything that I want to move? And I'm really happy with this, and I think I'm just going to torch this and walk away. Here we go. Let's torch it again. When you're torching it, don't stay in one spot too long. You can burn the material. Just get it moving, and you can, I call it touch and go. If I want to move a spot on this, I can touch it and go back and let it cool off a little bit and come back to it. So let's say I want to move this section here. I'm just going to work it like that to fade it out a little bit. And what's neat about putting that metallic in there is I got the white, but then that metallic gives it a little bit of natural shimmer and looks very, very natural. All right, I really like this piece. I'm going to just go through here and look at anything I may want to change, but boy, I'm pretty happy with this. And this is what I do at the end of every piece, is I'll just kind of touch things that don't look natural to me, just to move them a hair, move them around, make them look more natural, and then when I'm happy, I leave it alone. I like this. This is beautiful. Now another thing that I could do right now is I could take some of this white and go kind of perpendicular against what I've done. I've seen a lot of soapstone that has fractures that go opposite from other fractures, and you can do all kinds of effects, but this here is just a real simple one grain look. That's how we're going to keep it, and we're real happy with it. Man, that's cool. All right. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video on soapstone using Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it gave you some ideas. Go ahead and try this out and see what you think. Give us a comment below. Tell us what you thought of the video. Give us a like if you wouldn't mind. That helps us get higher in the queue. And if you haven't subscribed to our site yet, we put out tutorials all the time. We got some great projects coming up, so make sure you subscribe so you get those videos when they come out. Visit our site anytime at stonecoatcountertops.com, and feel free to call us anytime for free project support. Thanks again for watching this video, and until next time, from Stone Coat Countertops, you got this. We'll see you soon.